than it is.
Let's welcome in Jules once again, because we want to talk through our brackets. And Jules, we're going to make you go first and explain to us who have you got, why have you got them, and how it's all going to play out.
Yeah, so I went for, if we start on the tough side of the draw, obviously, Spain against Georgia. Spain will go through. Germany, Denmark. I know, again, it's no-brainer, but Germany at home, I think, even if Denmark have been okay in this tournament, they will go through. Portugal, same, Portugal through. And then France against Belgium, the two neighbours. We said how bad Belgium have been, and I think France are going to raise their game. So I will have quarterfinals of Spain against Germany, with Germany going through. France against Portugal. France going through because we usually beat the Portuguese anyway. And then a box office semi-final of Germany against France, where we just come and basically ruin the party of the Germans.
Okay,
and on the other side of the group,
on the other side,
the bad side. I'm not even going to watch this side, Kay. I don't know why I'm talking about this side. It's not, doesn't interest me at all. Absolutely not. There's Gareth Southgate is one of the worst coaches in this tournament, and yet he's the luckiest. Anyway, Romania, Netherlands, the Netherlands, because I think they're going to raise their game, to be fair to them. Then Austria, I think, will also qualify. I've got England, of course, beating Slovakia. And between Switzerland and Italy, it's going to be very interesting. And I think that Switzerland will go through and beat the Italians. Then Netherlands against Austria. They play each other again after obviously facing each other in the group stage. And the Dutch will have their revenge. England will still be too strong for Switzerland. So that leaves me with Netherlands against England in the other semi-final. Not box office at all. And really, France are going to beat Germany, as I said. And then I think the Dutch can upset the English, just because I wanted to wind you up, Kay.
It's okay. It's been winding me up enough just watching them in the group stages. Don't you think I've suffered enough, Jules?
No, you do, to be fair. And I didn't even need to say that France will win the whole thing, as we always do.
That's true. We should have just gone straight to the final, shouldn't we? Okay, you keep warming up, Shaka.
I am warming up for this.
Get us kicked off with your Shaka.
Let's see. I think for these games, I echo Jules. All the favourites go through. So you have Spain, Germany, Portugal, France. From there, I think Spain get the better of the whole. Spain has been certainly the most exciting team so far this tournament. I think France get the better of Portugal. France, I'm hoping, hit their stride. Jules tells me France gets better in the knockout stages. On this side of the bracket,
Shaka.
Netherlands, Austria. I've got England, Italy. Jules just doesn't like the Swiss after they knocked France out 3 years ago. I've got Austria getting the better of the Dutch to go through to the semis. Italy beating England, as they did 3 years ago. Italy beat Austria to get through to the final. France beating Spain. So it'll be a France-Italy final. And then at the risk of exciting Jules, even more, France beat the Italians to win it all.
My man!
Okay.
My man.
I got to go next.
Right,
I thought we'd get away with it.
I've got to the end game pretty similar.
Okay, you're next.
My end game's pretty similar, but how I've got there is slightly different, right?
Oh.
It's kind of the story of your life, though.
Right. So I got Spain. I got Spain going through. I got Germany going through. I got Portugal going through. I got France getting through. I then got France beating Portugal, and I was 50-50 on this one, but I think Spain just overcome the home crowd with particularly those young wide players. Now, the other side of the bracket, I have Switzerland beating Italy, like Jules. I've got England going through. I got Austria going through. I got the Netherlands going through. But I don't think the Italians are very good, to be honest with you. I've then got Switzerland knocking England out, and the reason is because this Switzerland side are more than a decent side, and if England continue to perform the way they have, then I think the Swiss can knock them out. I think Austria, we could see them going through. They're very well organised under Ralph Rangnick. It's not a very exciting semi-final. I know that. I've got the French beating the Spanish. I think it's going to be a great semi-final, and I don't know how I've managed to get it, but somehow on that, if this is a good side of the bracket for England, it's a good side of the bracket for Switzerland, who are, and on their day, have knocked out some big teams, as Shaka mentioned it, and knocked out some big teams in the past. They've got experience, they've got pace, they've got power, they've got decent players at the back, and on their day, and I don't think we saw the best of them in the group stages, Switzerland, particularly in the Scotland game. I thought they were average. But they could beat any of these big teams on their day. And I just think, from my perspective, you look at it and go, yeah, England will knock out Switzerland. There's not been a team in this tournament thus far much weaker than the Swiss that England have looked comfortable against. So, but bar for a huge turnaround from Southgate's side, I think the first decent side they come across, they're probably going to get knocked out. And I just don't see the Italians, if I'm being honest with you, I just don't see them as a very threatening side. I think they've hung on by their fingernails to get where they are.
All right, so making Jules happy.
So that's the English upset, that's the Italians upset. Anybody else?
Oh, you're on a roll.
I've got Spain against Germany in the quarters. I would have liked that to have been a final, actually, seeing the way that they're both playing. But there you go. Portugal to get through to face France in the quarter-finals. And then in the semi-final between Germany and France, sorry, Jules, this is where you guys would bow out. I've got Germany going through as the host.
Yeah.
I think he'd seen it before we started tonight.
Well, don't tell. Listen,
Netherlands and Austria to
don't
go
tell
through.
me. Don't tell me. Are we waving an Italian flag here?
There's going to be problems in the Murray Bonetti household.
There's going to be at some point, so let's prolong it, all right?
Exactly.
But then I've got Austria as my dark horse because they've been impressing so far. They will come up against England in the semi-finals, and I too, Craig, found myself going, oh, does that mean that England make the final then? Where, of course, there is a chance to do that, and yes, it would be up against Germany, and we all know what happens when that happens. Germany
win.
to win it. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's how things have played out for me.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
No bias at all from anybody here.
Tell you what, Austria are having a great tournament.
They're having a good
Austria
one.
hopes it finishes now.
They're having a good one.